Upgrading your bike as you can afford it is a great way of improving your bike, but also making it suit you a little bit better. Obviously, there's lots of variables involved in what to upgrade and how much to spend, but we're going to give you a bit of an idea as to how important we think each component is to the overall performance of your bike. Number one, tyres. They make such a big difference to how your bike rides. You can go from really puncture proof but heavy and grippy downhill tyres to the other end of the spectrum with lightweight fast rolling cross country tyres, or even buying a couple of pairs to suit different conditions. Wheels, they aren't going to be the cheapest upgrade, but just like tyres, they will make a big difference to the ride. Because it's rotating weight, if you've got a heavy set of wheels, that bike might feel a little bit sluggish. A lightweight set of wheels is going to accelerate faster, brake faster, and the bike will feel all in all more nimble. However, if you're a heavy rider, you like racing downhill or you do big jumps, you might consider upgrading to stronger wheels. Obviously the payoff is going to be weight. However, heavier wheels will probably plough through rough stuff a little bit better. Brakes are obviously really important for riding safety, but also the better your brakes are, the faster you can ride because you can brake later. You can get some really good cheap brakes nowadays, but they're probably not the lightest things. I would really consider upgrading your brakes if you can't just use one finger effectively to slow you down. Although make sure your brakes are fully serviced and your brake pads don't have any oil in them before you think that they're just not very good. It might be a little problem with the brakes you can fix. Handlebar and stem, mentioned together because they so closely work together. It's really a case of trying to buy the right bar and stem to suit your style of riding. I always run wide bars and really short stems because I really like riding downhill and aggressive riding. Like I say, it's trying to get the right bar and stem for you. It's not necessarily much of a performance upgrade. However, fancy expensive carbon handlebars will be lighter. The saddle. Again, not so much of a performance upgrade. Yes, you can buy lightweight carbon fibre rail saddles, but really this is about comfort and making the most of the time on the bike. Saddles really do come down to personal preference, and it might be a case of just trying a few different styles of saddle before you find the right one for you. Grips are one of the cheapest upgrades you can make to your bike, and again it's about comfort, but there's also a few other variables. If you think about trying to buy the diameter that suits your hand the best, so smaller diameters for smaller hands and vice versa. Also rubber compound, soft if you like riding without gloves, but they're not going to last as long, going through to medium or firm. Personally, I always choose lock-on grips so that I know they're not going to slide around on the handlebars in wet conditions. Consider upgrading to a dropper seat post if you don't have one already. For almost everyone other than hardcore cross-country racers or downhill racers, they're probably going to make it easier for you to ride your bike. The ability just to drop the saddle at a push of a button on the handlebars really makes it easy to get moving around on the bike in steep, gnarly terrain, and then whack the saddle back up for efficient pedaling. Suspension. It's going to be one of the most expensive upgrades you can make to your bike, changing the fork or shock. So what do you get for your money? Well, the quality of the feel of it feels much better. The actual suspension travel feels nicer, and you will get more adjustability so you can dial that bike into the terrain you ride. However, for the average or beginner rider, that might not be essential because you need to know what you're doing with those clickers. Of course, you can upgrade every single piece of your bike, but it's up to you to determine how much it's worth spending before you think about saving the money and just buying a whole new bike, because that is much cheaper than buying every single component individually. And mountain biking has diversified so much now that you can probably buy one off the shelf that's going to suit your needs pretty well. To watch some more videos, if you click down there, that'll take you through to that upgrade your wheels video, and click just over there for the full tech playlist. You can see all the cool new bits you can buy for your bike. Click on the GMBN logo down there to subscribe, and click just about here on my chest for this link to take you through to the GMBN store.